Hello everyone, so welcome once again to my channel. So today's tutorial will be on the bodysuit. Then I'll be designing the front parts with a crowel stone. Then I'll be using the cup chain also to design it. So here I'm just going to be basically telling you the material you need. You need your measuring tape, your scissors, then your fabric. I actually use half lacquer material for a size 8. So from size 10 to 11, size 10 to 12, 14, 16, you can use 1 yard. So for size 8 to size 4, I think half a yard will be okay. Just a short top with a strap on that, so it doesn't need much material. So this is the crowel stone I'll be using, the small size, white color. Then this is the cup chain. So I'm just going to use all this all these stones to design the front parts. Then your curve ruler as usual, then your measuring tape and your chalk. So these are the basic things you need. So please guys, before going to this tutorial, please like and share this video. Please, if you're a new subscriber, please subscribe to my channel and like and share my video, because that's the encouragement I get to be doing more video for you guys. So please support this ministry and please like my video and subscribe to my channel, please. That's the least you can do for me. So let's get straight into the tutorial. Thank you. Well, the first thing first is to draw your basic bodies. So here I'm going to take my shoulder line. So I'm just going to roll the starting line. So this line I'm rolling here is the starting line, or my starting point. So I'll place my measuring tape from there and take my vertical lines, which will be from the shoulder to the bust is 10 inches. Then from my shoulder to the waist is 16 inches. So from that waist, I'm going to take my from my waist to my hip. From my waist to my hip is 6 inches. Then I'm going to use 7. So from my waist to my crotch line, or my crotch side, is 10 inches. So I'll mark my 10 inches and roll out all the vertical lines so I can take my horizontal measurements. So I'll roll everything. So I'll roll it out and label it so I don't make mistake. Label the bust point as the BP, then the under bust as the UB, and my crotch line as the UL, UC. So roll it out, then take my horizontal measurement. So I'll take my shoulder measurement, which is 14 divided by 2. Then I'll take my neckline. I use for the width as 3.5. Then for the length I use 3 inches. Then I'll use my French curve to get that nice neckline. So at the shoulder line, I'll take my shoulder measurements, divide it by 2, then go down by 1 inches. Then I'll connect that 1 inches to my neckline. Then from that point I came down by 1 inches, I'll take my armhole measurement, my round armhole measurement, which is 7.5. You can divide your bust by 4 inches, then you remove 1 inch allowance for you to get your armhole measurements. So that's the calculation for that. So I'll take my line, and then from that armhole point I'll go in a bit by 1/4 of an inch so I can get the armhole curve. Remember, the back side is straight while the front side is a bit curvy inward. So you have to go in a bit by 1/4 of an inch so you get the perfect armhole curve. So that's what I'm doing here, going by 1 inch, and I'll connect the line to the armhole You can use your French curve or you can use your freehand, anyone that works for you. Just make it neat. So after doing that, now is to take out my horizontal measurements. So I'll divide my bust by 6. So I'm using my tape, sorry, my bust by 4. I'm using my case. Then remove 1 inches from it. It's actually 9, so I remove 1 inches from it to make it 8. The material is stretchy, so there's no need to add allowance, and I'll still remove from it. My waist is 7 8, then I'll remove 1 inch and it will be 7. So I'll do the same thing to my hip side. My hip is 40. I'll remove 1 inches from it. It's a stretchy material, so there's no point. I'll remove 1 inch, then I won't even add sewing allowance to it. So after removing 1 inch, I will be left with 9. So, but I'll be taking 8 and I'll mark it down. So at the crotch area, I extended it downward by 1 inches because I noticed it was too high, because I'm going to be extending the back by 3 inches. So the front should be, for the front part, you should go down by 1 inches from your crotch line. Then you can create that curve. Try not to make it too curvy, because it might be showing the coochie area, and then try not to make it too straight. So the best thing is just make it average. Don't make it too curvy and don't make it too straight. So just use your French curve instead of using your hands to do this, to get the perfect shape. So the next thing now is cut this out so we can use the front pattern to cut out the back pattern. The front and the back pattern, there's no much difference. The only difference is the neck area, then the armhole area, and the crotch part, because the back crotch will be longer than the front crotch. So those are the basic difference between the two. So now is to place the front pattern on the back pattern so we can cut the back pattern. So same thing like I said before, just the neckline, come down by 1 inches. The armhole area is straight for the back. Then the sides will be the same. The crotch part, you extend it by 3 inches at the crotch area, because the back has to be longer than the front, so you don't have it too stuck on the coochie area. So now I'm just going down by 1.5 inches for the length. The width is going to still be the same thing. 3.5 I took for the front, so it's just the back neckline width that will be different, and neckline length that will be different, but the width is the same thing with the back. So I went down by 1.5. Then the shoulder slant will still be the same. Then the armhole for the back is straight, while the front is curvy. So I'm going to make it straight instead of going in by 1/2 inch. So I'll make it straight so it can fit properly. Then the side, there is no allowance there. It's still the same. They are equal. The front side and the back side are equal. So it's the same thing. At the hip area for the back, it's still the same thing for the hip area for the front. So the side of the the side of the curve for the back side, you extend it by 1.5 inches. So after extending the curve area of the back by 1.5 inches, you go down to the crotch area and extend it to 4 inches. So this is the front crotch. So I'm going to extend the back side by 3 inches. You can use 4 inches, you can use 3 inches, but 3 inches is okay. So I extend it by 3 inches, and I will go inwards by 1.5. The same thing I did for the front side. That's what I'm going to do for the back. Then I'm going to connect it from that 1.5 inches I extended it from. Connect it. You can see the 1.5 inches I extended from the curve part. So I'm illustrating it again to show you. So I extended it by 1.5 inches. This is the mark. So I'm going to connect it from the hip side straight to the extended 1.5 of the back, then to the 3 inches crotch extension of the back. So you can see that's what I'm doing. I'm just rolling the line after extending them. Then I will connect those lines together. So after connecting the lines, the next thing to do is to cut. I'm going to cut this out. So we are done cutting the front and the back together. This is how it's going to look. So now it's going to the sewing part, which is the part 2 of this video. So I'll leave the link below this video to watch the part 2 of this video. So this is the end of this tutorial. Thank you so much for watching. See you